Welcome to EVE Online. I'm Major Freak. I said it was low on my to-do list, but I'm here. Might as well do it. Theorycraft a Osprey into an actual station-hugging logi wing for an Arazu, so it can survive and dock up after 5 minutes of its timer. This is a pretty heavily trafficked area with local pirates. I'm on civil terms with them, and I've known them for years, but that's no need to get complacent. They've not blown me up because I've been careful. I don't think they're not going to shoot me just because they know me. That's something you can't take for granted. Or that's something you can't conceitedly take for granted. Alright, so here was the setup, and it didn't have any rigs because, you know, I just didn't have any. So, and it might have been back in the days where I didn't know that shield rigs were, well, this isn't even supposed to take any hits. It's just supposed to meant to hide. So it's going to be cheap. We're going to go kinetic and thermal, and then we'll go EM on the third one. There we go. That's all the tank will put in for resist, but we will put in a tank for buffer, and that will be mid slot. And of course we can shove in a large load. Shield extender, large, and that's really cheap, pretty cheap actually, so we're going to shove that in. We don't need the Tech 2 for the expense. We'll shove that in, and since it's 100, we're not going to be able to put another one in there, but we've got 80 left, so we really don't need this anymore, because you don't need to cloak up and hide while we're repping a Starbase shield out in the big blue beyond. Okay, so we shall put this here, and we'll try to shove energy transfers onto there, see how many we can get. Now these drones I would highly recommend not using, because that would give you a weapons timer, and that would give you 60 seconds where you couldn't dock. And with these squishy things, I would not recommend using drones. I just have them because just want to fill with the drone bay. Alright, so remote capacitor transfers. I'm hoping I can put on... Whoa. I guess I can only put on one. Do I get any range bonus for... That's only probably for MR. Oh. Oh, wow. Okay then. That's great. Maybe I'll put in 3 small. What do you think? Get away with that? Oh, easily. Let's see now. Scoped. I don't really need scoped. There's no enduring, unfortunately. That's unfortunate. I'll bet there's some cheap. I bet these are cheap. Hands down, I bet these are cheap. Yeah, they're dirt cheap. Look at that. Estimated, so it's no guarantee that they're that cheap. Why is that? That's hilarious. Okay, so Sente A. Let's find Sente A. See how much it costs in Amar area. Kador region. Jeez. Of course not. Right. I've got a alt in jita. Hooray for me. Smart move. Yeah, I figured I might as well. I've got a alt in jita. Might as well do this Theorycraft right now. Get it over with. Yeah. Why the hell not, right? Yeah, stuff like this there are certain modules that are dirt cheap. If you go dead space, it's surprisingly cool. Alright, so stable 27.3 and 28, so that's pretty cool. 77. So let's plug in these. 1, 2, 3. Wow, okay. That's great. How much is it compared to the Corpi A though? So that's going to transfer. Whoops, sorry. Stupid music. Let's see. So Centi A 123 per 5. Corpi A. I'm assuming that's not much more expensive. Let's check it out. How much is that? 14 million? Let's hover over the estimate, the ISK. Let's see. So our cap rechargers are kind of expensive. Let's try to lower that and still get away with being cap stable without the energy transfers. And of course we'll want to keep the Corpies to keep the cost down. And open the show info, so we've got one we can just start shoving in there. Open the variations. And let's see now. Yeah, it's much better than trying to drag from over here. Compact, let's try this. God, you're stable even with, that's kind of cool. So how many points is this though? How many points am I putting out? So a point is gigajoules every 5 seconds. So 132. Do I dare use the in-game? I've never had good experiences with it. So you can hover the cursor over while punching in the number. 132 divided by 5 equals. So that's you're giving 26 gigajoules per second. So that's not bad actually. That'll counter most nuding. So I am happy with that. And no need to get fancy because that's 10%, and I do have a couple of genolutions on board. Wrong tab. Yeah, so I've got a couple of those. So no need to get too fancy. Let's just keep it cheap. What are we looking at here? The large scoped. Yeah, 39, you know. I mean, it's good enough. I mean, I shouldn't really play too much with that because you might be on a station that you will need the full 39 instead of just 30 as I needed. Enduring remote, and plus it's everything stable, so we're good, so why the heck not, right? Keep the cost down, and these are really cheap as well. So let's check this out. And it'll list the most expensive at the top. So the hull will be the most expensive. So Corpi A type, Centi A type, so let's get rid of that. because we know the centi is cheaper, right? As we figure it out. Centi A-type. Let's just make sure Corpy and Centi. It might be actually somebody might be trying to lower the price a lot, because that doesn't look normal. Yeah, okay. Goes up and down. Let's try Corpy. Does the price vary a lot? Yeah, the price will jump, but this is kind of low at the moment, so yeah, we'll definitely go with Centi, even though it weirdly says it's estimated to mean more. I'm just getting a bit too fancy, aren't I? I mean, it is an expensive module for what we're shoving in there. Yeah, this is the thing. I like putting in cheap dead space. It just is such a thrill to do it. You know? And I think I'll go with that too, because if I shove in something else, it might not be as good. And if it's nice to have it. We'll test it out though, because why not? This is Theorycrafting, right? So we'll try. We'll try putting in, let's say, oh, there's no enduring, so we'll try scoped, because we've got a lot of power and CPU. So this will be what we're going with, but I'm just going to check it out here, see if I'm actually cap stable and what kind of range we get. Okay, we're cap stable, and the range is, and that's 20, so we're losing 6 gigajoules per second per, so that's 18, 20, something like just under 20 total. Range within 44, that's pretty sexy. So you might actually want to go with a scoped. Let's check out, just if I was looking at the wrong stat when I talked about the 39. So Centi is... Wow, okay, I was wrong. 50. Yeah, this might be better for everybody, you know, because your station, yeah, that's more forgiving for where you want to put your cyno spot on the station model inside the dock ring. So yeah, we'll definitely go with that, and I'll plug in, I'll get up the augmentations too. So you guys see why I have this much there we go, and that's 50, and this is 39. Oh right, got it. There was the shield was 39. 97, 50, range within 50. I believe there's a hidden extension to that fall off, but I'm not sure. I really need to test that too. I'll put that on my freaking to-do list. I don't forget it. Test out the effective ranges of stuff, even those stats say differently, because I've noticed it on shield ranges. Like it'll say max range within such and such, but you try it out in space and it actually keeps repping beyond that and doesn't lose lock, or doesn't lose activation on, say, I'll use it for my Orca on a heavy drone, and it goes a bit beyond the stated range and then shuts off. And that's outside of, you know, that's counting for the cycle time of the shield transfer. So it's interesting. So test effective RR ranges. Thanks, autocorrect. Shut up. There we go. Alright. Tested neuting, blah blah blah, test docking under fire, testing point. Oh god. Well, I got rid of most of these recently, so thank god for that. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching.